very warm welcome to Infinity. And today happens to be our 47th episode. And before we get started, let's just talk about infinity. As we all know, infinity has a lot of I's, and I stands in this representation. I stands for it's almost like I identification or ego. And on this Sunday gathering, our goal is to move away from identification and ego to oneness. That is why we have replaced all the I's with the number ones. So this is our time to tap into oneness. So welcome, a very warm welcome to everyone. And to get this beautiful session started, I would like to begin by welcoming our speaker for today. For today's session, we have Miss Harleen Sandhu as our guest speaker, and I'd like to begin by welcoming her and introducing her first. Harleen Sandhu is a certified meditation teacher, sound bath practitioner, sacred symbol channeler, light language channeler, awakening activator, and a new energy therapist with a passion for holistic healing. She has hosted numerous events across the globe and connecting with people from various cultures and backgrounds. She is someone who is deeply committed to sharing the transformative power of meditation and energy healing. A very warm welcome to you, Harleen.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Wonderful. Now, I would like to begin by asking you some questions for today. And let's start by first, let's understand your journey, starting with your childhood, then your spirituality, how you came into it, and eventually let's talk about all the wisdom that we would like to learn from you and some pearls of wisdom. So let's begin without any further ado. Um, I would like to start by asking you about your childhood. So, Haleen ji, looking back at your childhood, were there any early signs of curiosity or interest in spirituality? When did you start this journey?
So, if you say I was never a spiritual person, I was more of a religious person, doing all the prayers and everything. I'm born in a Sikh family where there's not many rituals to follow, but yes, you do Simran and everything. And my dad got sick very at early age. So maybe he had his first heart attack when he was 35. So being a kid, I never know what's going on, but I was very, very close to my dad. So all I remember is if I pray to God, he will be fine. So I think that was the first step where I was so, even from childhood, I make sure that I get up early in the morning. I do whatever, we have to do prayers and everything. But being a Sikh, there was like no rituals, there was no fasting and everything. But I was very always because I have a lot of Hindu friends around me. And, in India, everyone is together. So I used to like fast for Navratras, all Monday fasting. So if I look at the back now, it was never out that I wanted to pray. It was just that, if I think that if I pray, my dad will be fine. So yes, I think, and this happened, I think, till even after my marriage, until I get into meditation and realized, no, that okay, there is a higher power, there is a light, but we are also gods. We also have the power. But this till, I think, till 33 years of my age, until even after my first kid. So yeah.
I see. That's a good start. I think it's a seed that was planted. And what was the turning point? Like you said, at the age of 33, you started. What led you to Ana-Pana-Sati meditation
So
or
they always say before you get into any spirituality or before you get any mentor, the student is ready, right? So my dad passed away in 2016, um, which was really a very bad setback for me because I was so much attached to him. Like I thought, that I'm not gonna able to live after that. And just because when he passed away, I came back to US, and you start going to these psychics who connect you with the souls and everything. Though my mom said don't do that because my mom was into meditation long time ago. I never meditated because I thought that's not my cup of tea. Because this is again my what I'm not say that I had that. It is in my mind that I have a phobia of closing eyes. So even before that, I only time I close my eyes when I sleep. Even the, when you do prayers, I never close my eyes. I used to get claustrophobic. No, it was not, it all in my mind. So I never thought meditation I can do it. I thought, when you do prayers early morning, get up and you go to your temples and gurudwaras and all that. So when dad passed away, I thought that, God betrayed me because because I remember, but that time I had my intuition's powers were very strong, which I never realized because I remember when my dad was already, when he got sick. So when I left India and he hugged me and I said, Dad, you'll be here when I come next time. And he didn't say anything. I said, don't leave me. And I got the intuition he's going to go, which was odd. And even when I came back after 15 days, he got really sick. And I remember my mom called my husband and tell him to send her back. And I was packing, and they didn't tell me how serious he is. All they said that he's not doing well, and he wants you to come back. And I was packing, and I got this intuition where I heard my dad's voice, and he said, "I'm going on ventilator and not coming back." And I called my mom, and she was in ICU, and somehow she picked up the phone, and I said, "Is dad on ventilator?" And she said no, because they don't want to tell me. And I was like, okay. And I thought it's on my mind making up, and I came back. And of course, from US, it took another 24 hours to reach. So when I reached here, he was on ventilator. And I think, even they said, the doctor said that, he's waiting for someone. So who is very close to him just called, and they said it's her daughter. So I came there, and my mom said, just tell him to go because he will not go until you let him. And I was like, no. And that where I thought God betrayed me, because I thought I've been, worshiping him all this life. And you don't realize, you think, your parents always, you don't realize they have another journey and everything. And then my mom asked me, how do you know he was in ventilator? And I said, Dad told me. And she looked at me, said, when you called, that's the only time we signed that put him on ventilator. That was the right time. And it was so perfect timing. And I remember they told me to, go to Gurdwara and, just release him, let him go, because we don't hold people. Oh my God, I created so much scene. I went to Gurdwara. I remember whatever the highest priest there, in yourself, Pandit in this arts, is Paiji. I yelled at him. I yelled at God. So everything, when he passed away, everything happened. I stopped going to Gurdwara. I thought God betrayed me. So I was on a other level, going on to this, this of rant of going to psychics and all that stuff. So I remember everybody was telling me, don't call him, because that's soul's another journey, right? You're calling the soul back. For me, I just wanted to see he's doing okay or not. And even after when he left, I think in his first anniversary, I remember death anniversary, I was in India back and I was sleeping, and I saw he came back to me, and he told me, I'm doing okay, because I was so much connected. But somehow I thought I released him, and he kept telling me, release me. You're not letting me do my journey.
Mm.
And it was really bad. So almost a year, I was like, God has stopped going to, we have a Guru Granth Sahib Ji in our house and everything. Don't go to Gurdwaras. I hated God, all that. And then I got pregnant. Um, got another one. In India, they say, oh, the soul is coming back, your dad is coming back. And then I got, okay, then finally my dad is back. We are not in that senses. We don't think straight. And then everything was going okay. At fifth month of pregnancy, I don't know what happened. Got really sick, and I have to deliver the baby. And then,
Mhm.
because it was only 5 months, she had no chance to live. So she stayed, she was alive for 5 minutes, and then she passed away. So another setback. And then, oh my God, the world was upside down in depression. And I remember doctors coming and telling me, I understand you've gone through a lot, but you still have one healthy baby. There are parents around here who have nothing,
Mhm.
but you don't listen. You think you are the most, everybody should have sympathy with you only, because that time I remember, when you're in that mindset that, something is good, you're in that victim consciousness, you just don't realize that, there are other people around you, and you're still blessed. That's what they say, gratitude is very important. And I was at a point of stage where I remember they started counseling for me, because I went in depression. And I think during that, I got so sick, I got sepsis. That is poison in all over your blood. So for 1 month, I was in the thing. And even my other daughter was only 3 years old, and they made sure that she will not go back to the house. So she saw that trauma, because she stayed with me. My mom was in the hospital, and then my mom came from India, and then my daughter, because they said if she go back home, because otherwise they don't let in ICU that small kids stay. They said she will not survive. So she saw all that trauma. So I didn't realize that I am having that trauma, but I'm putting that trauma on my child as well. And here that's what I sometimes think, that how can be we neglect us so much, and our whatever situations are, that I'm here crying for my child which already left, but the child I have which is healthy, I'm putting the trauma on her, whatever I'm doing, because I'm not even senses to realize. And I was came back after a month. I think that is where turning point is. And after that, here it's the thing that, the key kids who passed away like that, they do some ceremony in church, and they send me a message, that if you want to come and, just give, pray for your kid who left. So I remember we named her Amira. And me and my daughter left to that church. And I think I'm driving and I'm sitting there saying, I'll be the most, everybody will be so sympathetic with me because I'm the only person who'll be, didn't realize that all the parents going to be like that. But I was thinking, it's the only bad thing happened to me. And I went there and I saw two women's standing there, and we all were talking what happened. And they said we're still grateful. That lady had 8 babies like that. She said, I get pregnant by 4 or 5th month, my baby passed away. She said, but I'm still grateful to all these babies, at least for 5 months they made me a mother. And
Oh,
that means, that when I was listening to her, I thought someone slapped me hard on my face and see, this is what it is. We understand something
yeah,
bad happened to you. That soul has their own journey and all that stuff. That's different. But what are you doing? You have one
mm,
nice baby, you have one healthy baby with you have a family with you
yes,
who's cooperating with you with all your, tantrums and all these things, and still you're crying, and then you're saying God is bad or whatever. And I think that was turning point. I came back home and I went to my prayer room. And my husband like, "Are you okay? It's been a year and almost year and a half. You didn't went inside." And that day I said, "Thank you for whatever you gave me." And I didn't know about meditation. I said, "But thank you just to be there and at least for my baby and whatever." And I think from there, once you get into that gratitude mode, things start turning around. Then I went on starting on YouTube, started gratitude, and things start, piling up in worse. And then somewhere, I don't know, one of my friend, she sent me this gratitude journal for 21 days. And which really, and I always tell on my classes do that, which is changes your life. That was 21 days. Every day you have to be grateful for what you have, not the same things. So first day, it's very easy. You're forgetful for your family, friends, and everything. After I think day 2 or 3, you start realizing you're grateful for your feet. You're grateful for the house, even it's small. You're living there, for your bed to sleep in, for your credit cards. So I think after 21 days, I was completely different person, completely different persons. And clinically, I was even both my kids were IVF. I didn't have normal baby, so I have went through anyways through. So clinically, after my second baby was gone, I was not, they said that I cannot do IVF because my body is not equipped. And even if by chance I get pregnant with the IVF, my body will not handle the baby. So it was not, I was not.
mm,
And then again, rant started with me that I want to adopt, because you have this thing. I was grateful, but again, I wanted to have a baby back, whatever is gone, because you think, no, you can get everything. So my husband keep looking at me and he said, what's going on with, and he said, I don't want to adopt it because, I don't want to be, I don't know if I'm well, able to give the same love to the same kid again. And I don't want to be, that. So, which I again got mad that why, then again, universe, that is again, you go back and forth. And then I said, okay, let's do surrogate. And he looked at me. He said, why are you doing this? We have one healthy baby. We are okay. Why you want to put, anybody? So he completely denied. He said no. And I remember I was again crying one day and I hear this voice and he said, because I started blaming myself that I was not able to hold the baby. There's something wrong with me. And I remember I heard the voice that, Mom, it was not you. That was my journey. I just wanted to come and just feel that love. And that's why I chose you because you were able to give me that love. Because even after when doctors told you to let me go, you holded me. You took all the poison in your body. But this was only my journey. So don't worry. I, if I'll not be back, somebody will be back. So be happy. Stop. I think that then I stopped and I stopped thinking. I said, okay, then whatever I have, then they say when you're content for what you have and be grateful, things change.
yeah,
And I forgot about having a baby, nothing. I was just, start living my life, being gratitude and everything. And after I think maybe 4 months ago, I started having some pains in my stomach and I went to the doctor and they said they have to do some ultrasound. When they do the ultrasound, there's something in your tummy. And I was like, no, what happened? And they said it's a baby. Clinically, where doctor said I had two babies IVF, clinically doctor said you cannot have a baby. Okay, anyways, I conceived naturally, which was amazing. Okay, we all are happy. But now again, another leg of problem starts because doctor said your body cannot handle it. But that time, I think by then I was okay. I said, you know what, God, you gave me. If you take it away, it's fine. I am not, I was very normal. I was not thinking about, yes, I was on injections every week because they were very worried what's happening. And I remember when I have to deliver it, a full panel of doctors sat and they were thinking, how to take the baby out because I can't do normally. C-section, they said, there's another risk and all that. And I was sitting there with them. I said, you want to take the baby out. You can't keep it in, right? They said, yes. I said, then why you worry? Just do whatever you want to. And they looked at me, said, you are so strong. Is it the same Harleen we met a year before? I said, I don't know. And next year, my first baby passed away on March 17, 17. So when next year, March 22nd, 2018, I have a healthy baby in my hands, Anaya. So this is where I think starting changes. And then it was 18 March and I started again. I was not into meditation, but I was changing my mind, doing Honopono and whatever is available. And then COVID hit. And my mom said, let's start meditation. I said, Mama, this is not for me. I've been telling you why you do this and all that. And, mom being mom, she really pressured me. She said, there is a class I want to join. If you don't like it after 5 minutes, just take it off. And it was PSSM. It was Yamuna from Mumbai. And she said, I said, no, she'll tell me open the camera and I want to do it there. She's like, no, she either like 100 people join. She's not even gonna see you, don't worry. And I joined, and out of nowhere, she said, Harleen, are the new one? And I said, yes. She's like, don't turn off your camera and turn it on and then meditate. And I like, oh my mom. I said, Mom, you, and it was a 60-minute meditation. I said, I didn't even stay for never stay for like 5 minutes. Why she's doing this to me? But anyways, I did it. And 60 minutes, I don't know how I did it. It was amazing for me that I was able to close my eyes. And I think from where we did the 40 day challenge with her, and in 4 days, everything changed. And I started
Wow.
channeling. I had no idea I'm channeling. Started getting these messages and everything. And another mentor for me, Shampa ma'am, and Shampa Mukherjee. So did one-on-one lessons because I remember that as a mother, you always think, my daughter has to do something because of the trauma she's been through with me. So I was like, maybe I need to get classes for her. That's what I always tell parents. When something we learn, we want to teach our kids first. This was me there then too. So I called Shampa ma'am and I said, I want to do, you do private lessons? She said, yes. I said, can I do for my daughter? And she looked at me. She like, why? I said, sometimes she has these tantrums and everything. She said, no, I want to do lessons with you. I said, no, I'm fine. She like, no, you're not fine. If you want your kids to get better, you need to get better. You heal yourself. I was very different. Like, why she's talking that? I'm perfectly fine. I'm doing so good. I'm happy. I'm meditating. My kids need it. But then I started doing sessions with her. I healed so much myself with meditations, with going in a style healings and everything. And I realized, what? It was never the other person who is wrong or who need things. You are the one who need it. And that is where she started saying that you are channeling and everything. And from there, I think the journey took right off. Like for me, I thought I just started meditation. Why I'm channeling, why I'm getting these messages. But again, that's where you learn that you don't start right here. You start from where you left previously. So that's just a shell of where my spiritual journey started. And then started working with Puri globally. And then from there, everyone knows.
Wow. I mean, first of all, thank you for being vulnerable, sharing all these. These are like your soul's journeys and the experiences you shared. These experiences enrich us as we listen to you. So thank you for sharing. And yeah, it's such a wonderful. You mentioned your metamorphosis, how you got into spirituality.
But I think
So it was very
everyone does that. We
inspiring.
just don't realize it. I mean, you
Yeah.
talk to you, it's not me. Like, people say, oh, you're lucky, you're doing channeling, you're doing that language. And I always say, it's to everyone. We all go through, because that's what we came in earth for, to learn lessons. And we all have our journeys. I cannot say that I suffered more or he suffered less. Everyone is suffering or learning. I should not say suffering, learning in their own thing. We just not see that, that 2 years of misery which I never say a misery. I say that was a learning experience for me. If I would have, now I look back with a smile. And it's not me. And people say you channel. I said we all can channel because everyone has that. We just have to connect with itself, aware what is happening. And 99% we just not aware what's happening. We just are in own that we know dig a shell, a thing, and we just go inside, deep inside. And every time somebody hit, we go more deep. And we still do. I mean, I still do. Somebody was, we have having a session, and one of my client asked me, do you ever get sad? I said, yes, every day I get sad. But the time of getting sad to normal is getting less and less. So earlier it was maybe days when I get into that shell and I'm not coming out, then happen in hours and minutes. We still fight with my husband. I still yell at my kids. Even I'm taking parenting classes now. I still yell at them. But at the same time, I say sorry. And I tell them, Mummy, Mama can make mistakes because we are people. Just because I'm taking classes or I'm talking to you, talking about my spiritual journey, I'm perfect. No, no one is perfect. And there is no term called perfect. We just need to learn every day. It's okay to yell. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to cry, which is fine. But be aware. And after that, say sorry. Like, I think I tell my kids sorry 100 times a day because that's what it is. And I told them it's okay. And I know, and you know what, recent earlier, when before that, when I was not into spirituality, when I was religious, I want to be the perfect mother, showing my friend that I don't cry. I'm never vulnerable. I'm the strongest. But this is the hardest thing and the cruelest thing you can do to your daughters or to your kids. Show them that it's okay to fail. We all make mistakes. Mom then does not know everything. If my daughter comes and asks me something, I said, I don't know. And she looks at me, really? I said, yeah, let's Google together. Because sometimes we give them this scenario. That's what we have been born up with, that
Yeah.
mom dad is perfect. They know everything. And then we start imitating that. So here where I really break my house and mama doesn't know anything, mama gets tired. She's not that one lady who can do everything. She needs her day off. She can be very cranky at times when she doesn't want to. And so are to my daughters. It's okay to cry. You wanna cry, go to your room, close the room and scream. But don't go out and just you have to release that anger. Because what we have seen, and I have seen with me sometimes, especially in meditation, when you start meditation, and with all of us, I did too. We meditate now. We thought because we are meditator, we can't cry, we can't scream, we can't show the anger because we're meditating. Then what happens? We control that emotions inside. That is called, I called positive toxicity. Because you want to be so nice all the time. If somebody said anything, oh, why it doesn't make a matter. And then what happens after a month or two? Because you're piling up, you blast. So I tell them, be aware of every emotion. You get mad, it's fine. But make sure that channel that emotion now. But you need to, see your emotions. There are gonna be days you're gonna be get angry. There are gonna be days you're tired. There are gonna be days you are really sad. Even by seeing a movie, you get sad, and that's fine. Just look at your emotions and don't justify them. Okay, no, this is why. You get sad, you get sad, you get mad, you get mad. But make sure that your emotions are not getting to anybody else. If I'm angry, I'm not just putting anger on my kids, which I do a lot of times. It's fine. I mean, I'm not the perfect, I still do, but then I say sorry. Be aware next time. What is meditation? It's awareness. It's not only closing eyes. We start from there, but then every second is awareness. Like you, like me, what are we doing? We just being in aware. What are we speaking? What are we talking? How are creating our reality? So yeah.
Yes. Wonderful. Feel your feelings. And you have hosted several events, and about your, in terms of your work, how have these experiences shaped you and the people you worked with? A little bit about your work would be interesting to know.
So my light language journey started again, I think my light language actually started again 5 months after I getting into meditation. I remember the first time I heard a light language. It was a Mickey Bedi. Um, and I don't know what's going on. I was like, what is she saying? You sing mantras and everything. And from there, but by the time I started seeing what energy is. I started feeling the energy. So when I felt that energy, I thought it was something different. But I never thought it's my cup of tea. Again, being a Sikh, is any meditation is already out of question because for them you only do Simran. Why are you just closing eyes and sitting? Why can't you just do Simran, say Vaheguru? It's a very different perspective, anyways, from Punjab, especially from Sikhs to get into meditation. So from there, when this journey started, and I love light language because you go so deep because they are so powerful. You go heal very quickly and everything. But I never thought it's my cup of tea. I said because I'm not made for it. Again, I'm in a family, a Sikh family, where if I'll do, they'll put me in in a crazy thing. I'm a crazy and put me in a mental asylum or something. There is something wrong with her. And then one fine day it started. they said, never, you should be open for everything. It's not that, sometimes they all say universe only gives you what you're ready for, but you never know because you're ready for so much things. It's just, we always think that we are not worthy enough of a lot of stuff. That was me. I never thought that I'm good enough to do light language because, first of all, my family will not take it. Second, I'm not that cup of tea. I'm just, you do one thing and you say, no, I'm very good. That's it, your comfort zone. But universe like to take you out of the comfort zone. So starting this light language was a way out of my comfort zone. So when this started, and whenever light language started, people who does that, because it started so quick, because it's you're channeling, but it's so powerful you cannot stop. You just start blabbering or whatever, because that's how you open up your portals. And I'm cooking, I start blabbering up, and I used to run away and come to my room and everything, because what my in-laws will think, what my husband will think, that she got crazy, that because they know I go through ups and downs of a lot of parts. So that happened. Okay, finally, after 5 months, when you start control where to say, the next part came in when the master started telling me to go out and start doing light language. Because again, it's a phobia. You don't want to, as a lot of my people who meditate, they don't want to go tell that we meditate. Because again, a lot of people think you are from a different sector of, thing. So you don't want to show, you still want to be very normal. I was one of them. So meditation was okay. I'm a meditation teacher. I was very open. But if I'm saying I'm a channeler of light language, and when you start, people think you blabber. Some people think you're doing mantras and everything. Where I went to Egypt with PSSM, and as soon as I enter the temple, I used to start. So a lot of people think that, I start doing mantras. I'm a very religious person. So a lot of my PSSM family used to be with me. They said, oh, what mantras you do? We feel it very good. And I said, I'm a Sikh. I don't know any single one. And what do you blabber? That is where I started opening up. And then they wanted me to do Insta. My master said, whatever guides you work with, start Insta. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. All my community will know that I'm doing Instagram, and I'm posting. They said, you have to do it. And they said, we want you to go work out. And this is what Puri told me too. And I remember I asked the Puri same thing too. What will I teach different? Meditation, everyone is teaching. Light language, a lot of people out there. Why I want to go out and do these events and everything? What will, you always said. So same things Puri and my guys told me, that you will talk from your experience. Everybody get their own energy. There are 100 people out there who do meditations. There are 100 people out there who do the same work, but everyone has different energy. So you don't have to compare that, Puri is doing the same thing or anyone is doing the same thing. You are doing from your experience. You're getting your energy. So that is where Mexico, when I went to the event, when I go in-person classes here, even today, I have a minute chill when I start doing these events, because not everyone takes it the right way. Not everyone, but I have seen people who knows energy, they connect. So now, if you ask me, I can start light language in front of 100 people. I don't care, because I'm on that level, because I'm confident. Even before that, what happens sometimes, when you meditate, when you start teaching meditation, you have these thoughts, maybe people are connecting or not, maybe I'm there in a, but now, the more, that's what they say, like Patricia says, you learn A, teach A, you learn B, teach B, because that what happens, you start learning more. So the more I do events, I connect with people, rather than I teach them, I learn so much from them. Because that's what I'm saying, I'm not a teacher here, or you're not a teacher here, we all are learners, we all just learn from each other. And that is where meditation or all these energy healings give you perspective to be open and to be aware that you're not the best. Nobody's the best. We all are same. We all are going to the same point. Somebody's moving ahead, somebody's at behind, somebody's moving slow, somebody's moving fast. And the more I connect with people, the oneness. This is so, I think, only thing I learn about is the oneness. And I think that is where, when you connect with people, you see how you connect. One thing I've seen, which is also as an energy healer, or not energy, I don't heal any people. We just work with energy matter, that you have to be one with them, but at the same time, you have to be detached with them. This is the one thing I have learned when I work with my people or I work with the events. Because, if I look, suppose when I was telling my story, there are a lot of people who went through the same thing and they get into that shell. Oh my God, we went there too. So yes, you feel sympathetic. You feel, but I said be empathetic to them, but not get into that shell. Don't get into on that mode. So that is called attachment to detachment, which I have learned. To work with people, listen to all their stories, because everyone has a lot of stories, and which sad, I mean, I don't say sad lessons which I've learned, which can really move you around, which can really, you said, oh my God, I had not been through, like, people listens to my show, they said, you've been through a lot. When I listen to a lot of people, I said, no, I've not been, I've been still blessed. But I don't get with them in that emotion again, because if I get in that emotional, I'm again putting my vibrations down. I'm not being in that. So I be one with them. I'm very empathetic with them, but I'm still attached to them. I know what I am, I have that power. I think that's the first most basic thing I learned. It took time, because what happens when you go and meet all these people and you listen to their stories and they come and they cry and they hug you, sometimes you just want to be a listener. You just want to be a space holder. Just a lot of people I've seen, even with us, even in a relationship, you see, we don't listen. Before other person said, we said, no, 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 listen to me. We have the answers ready. Sometimes all you want to do is just, that's what I tell. Sometimes all you want to do is from your kids is to listen what they want to say. Even there's nothing, there's just random thoughts. So when you just listen to all these story, at the end of the time, you get so drained. I used to get drained, because then you feel their emotions and everything. And the more I start doing the events, one thing I've learned, that I am with you, I'm one with you, but I have this wall that your energy cannot enter my energy. I'm one. I know you, but I'm still detached. So I still have that power, because I'm creating that reality. Because if I'm not happy, I'm not that thing, I will not able to help you. And if I'm being crying with you, what you have been gone through, we all need to learn lessons. So this is, I think, major thing I've learned, to stay attached and how to detach yourself and to be still in oneness.
Oh, yeah, I definitely relate to that as I work in healthcare. So that was a wonderful advice. And we all relate to someone who's sharing. So it's like you are holding the space, but you are full of light and love. So I
That's
love
what they
that.
say, na?
Yeah.
The doctor never operates his own son or daughter. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It is not
Yeah.
easy, but that's what it is.
Yes, that's true. Now, since we are talking about your wonderful work and all that you're doing, do you have any advice or any message or tools that you would like to share with all of us tuning in? Anything that you feel like sharing with us today? Any wonderful, any technique or tool
The
or
first and the
message?
foremost thing is, first be grateful for what you have. I cannot say that. It's a very small word of saying being grateful, but you have no idea. I always say, whenever I work with people or I do with events, everyone wants to have money. And I always say, ask for money. And they look at me, being a spirituality, you said, ask for money. I said, why not? We all need the best in life. Why not ask for a mansion? But be grateful for the house you have. I always give this, is I think every session I have this example. As a parent, we do everything for our kids, everything for our kids, right? What are we doing is for our kids, working hard. We get them toys. You get them toy for 1, 2 time. They see it, they're not being grateful. They break them apart. You will feel bad, but you will say, it's okay. Get them again. Again, they do the same thing. Third time, you will say, until not being grateful for what you have, and you will not take care of this, I will not get you a new one. Same universe do to us. Universe is there for us to help, for money, for relationships, everything. But at least be grateful. Like, what was I doing? I had a baby. I understand I lost one. But was I being grateful? For me, I thought, oh, that was the I need, because I thought it was for granted, right? I have to have a mom. I'm a mom. I have to have a healthy babies. But I was not seeing that there are hundreds and millions of people out there who don't even have babies. And if they have challenged babies and everything. So I was not being grateful for what I have. I have such a nice in-laws who were supporting me with all my craziness. When my dad passed away and I was doing all these going, I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on being psychics and going things, but none of my in-laws or my husband say no to me. They said, whatever makes you happy. So I've not been grateful for that. I was keep crying in my own victim consciousness. Oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, that happened. So be grateful, whatever, even you have small house, even you have a little job, what you don't like the job, but at least you still have a job. We all complain, oh my God, I hate my job, but at least you still have a job. There are people out there who don't have a job, they don't have money to eat. So be grateful what you have and then ask more. Of course, you have universe is there to give you. And I don't say don't ask, just be content. No, you have to have big dreams, big visions, but be grateful. And second is forgiveness. Forgiveness, first, forgive yourself. we start forgiving. Oh, I want to forgive this. I want to forgive this person. Start by yourself. A lot of time we don't forgive ourselves for a lot of things I have done. I have totally forgiven for what I've done in the last 2 3 years. I basically put so much trauma in my first child, whatever I was doing, in unintentionally, not intentionally. But I can't beat myself up over and over again. Oh my God, I first 4 years of life when people actually kids grow insecurity, my kid was insecure. So yes, I felt sorry. I forgive myself for that. And then I worked on. So before forgiving others, let's forgive ourselves. And we all make mistakes. And that's what we are here for. If we don't make mistakes, we will not learn. So if you think we can never, so everybody have made so many mistakes in life, whether in relationship, whether with your parents and everything. So before whatever we have done, we have start putting on other, this people have done this for me. I want to forgive my mom, or I want to forgive my husband. First forgive yourself. If you don't forgive yourself, you will never be able to forgive anyone. We talk so much about forgiveness. We have this honopono and all that. But what I have learned with my experience and my journey, whatever little or small, I mean, it's not a big journey, until you will not forgive yourself for what you have done, you will not able to forgive anything. So until you are not clean, you are not that channel of happiness and peace, you will not able to get peace from others, because others are mirror image, which is very hard to understand. When I said, if somebody's behaving because you want that, no, that's not possible. Everyone, because we generate that, because we are creating our reality. So first is gratitude, second is forgiveness, and third is stop comparing yourself. Accept for who you are. That is the most important thing, either for girls or for boys or for kids. You are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. If we start looking for that perfection image, that's just a myth. And we all been doing it. We want our kids to be perfect. We want ourselves to be perfect. No, there is no word called perfection. If you see in reality, if you, according to you, maybe there is a image of perfection, right? That you want to do a perfect job, but then when you get that image, you will see somebody else more perfect than you. Then you can. And first accept of, if you have done bad stuff, if you have done something wrong, if you're that's fine. Accept yourself. We don't accept ourselves, whether it's in terms of our skin, our looks, or whatever. Even in meditation, I have seen. I remember when I started channeling, I'm in a I don't see things. I perceive things, right? So I have this always thing, oh my God, if I had third eye master, I can see, I can visualize things have been more better. And I think for a lot of time, I was in the dwell, because, when I channel, it's come from my heart, or I perceive, I wanted to see. And one time it happened, universe does make me see a lot of stuff. And oh my God, I said, I don't want. Then I realized, no, I'm not, that's not for me. That's not my cup of. So accept for who you are. I made mistakes. I did some bad stuff. I have crazy stuff in my relationship with my husband. I can be very crazy. I can be very stupid, and that's fine. Until you'll not accept for who you are, you're not in the grateful, you're not forgiven yourself, you're not anywhere. So to start any journey, no matter how, whatever journey you are in, your spiritual, in your relationship, these are the three main things. And I think again, I have not done perfectly. I still go up and down, and we're never gonna be perfect. If you say that, okay, if we'll be perfect, we're not here. We'll be Patri sir, or we'll be Buddha, right? And that is where we need to reach, and it's gonna take time. And give yourself time. Go with the flow. It's gonna be days. There will be some very good days. You'll be very happy. There will be days you'll be very sad. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Again, accept for who you are.
Wonderful. Thank you. And speaking of Patri sir, as you mentioned, can you share a little bit about your experiences with PSSM and Patri sir?
So I was not the fortunate enough to have Patri sir met personally, but I did talk to him once or twice, and that is where it was very different. I just started my journey of spirituality early on, and we were doing this class, inner journey, not inner journey. There was one. I don't know. It's called it was Mahadev Babaji's thing for 6 months. We do it here, and I was joining there, and I remember. Patri sir came on that thing. We were doing that course. It's a 6-month long course where you connect with your higher self and everything. And again, you always think that you're not good enough and everything. And I was just sitting there. And I remember Patricia was about to go, and I don't know, before he said, before I want to go, I'm going to talk to Harleen. And I was like, wow, from where? And when Patricia, and I have to turn on my camera, and he said, when are you going to start teaching? And I had no plans to teach because I thought you learn. And I was like, out of blue, because put it on the spot, Patricia put it on the spot. And he said, Harleen, when are you going to start teaching? And I was like, and he said, you're Sikh. I want to teach in Punjabi. And I was like, and I said, yes, sir, I will do. And then he said that, okay. And he was talking, and then I started saying that my daughter started meditating. And he said she was your mom in your previous life, and so as you. And he said that you're going to start teaching and you'll be teaching whole America. I had no idea. And next day, I think after 2 days, I started teaching. So this was I think if you have not said it, and I think that day I became ready because until you're not ready, universe will not work with you. They always say that you have to be ready. Once you're ready, things will work around you. But you can't just sit down and say somebody will come and hold your hand and tell you. So before that, Pari kept telling me, why don't you teach, whatever you do? I said, no, I'm not ready. I'm not going to do Punjabi. I'm not going to do, I'm not ready. I still want to, because we always think we want to learn everything and then come out. I remember that was the only time I talked to Putrusab, and he told me, you're going to start teaching and you'll be teaching whole America, which I was like, and I was thinking, how will I teach America? PSSM, I always thought that when I'm going to teach, I'm going to be around PSSM. You put your, again, they said, now you put your things very small, boundaries very small. And today, I think it's been 2 years or 3 years. During COVID, that happened, yeah, 3, 4 years. And I'm teaching everywhere. I'm going to different events. I'm working with Americans. I'm working with Europeans and everything. So yeah, that is, I think, only time I talk to Patricia, maybe once more. But for me, it's more interaction is with Pari. But I always say for me, but Pari is Patricia as well, right? Because this is what I have. But Sir has that, give that spark. And I think I said, yes, sir, I will. And the next 2 days, I start getting calls from this, can you come teach on this platform? But after that, I never said no. And that's, again, I
One,
think, a lesson to learn. Once you're ready and you commit that I'm ready, opportunities come. But until you're not ready and you can't complain and say, oh, nobody, I want to do it, but I don't get any opportunity. Go inside. You're not ready. When you're actual ready, things change.
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of these pearls of wisdom. It's been amazing. And I would like to, as we come to to the conclusion, I would like to invite Sharma sir of Omega Pyramid to join in on our conversation.
About you, and it is great.
I met
I'm
you
able
on
to.
at Norfolk. I think you don't remember. You came to Norfolk. No, not Norfolk, for the
Yeah,
MS2.
yeah,
You
yeah,
were,
yeah,
yes,
MMS2, North Carolina. Yes,
yes.
yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you so much. It's great wisdom sharing. So you have so much of experience and so much of. So I mean, you know that we are building this
Yes,
Omega Pyramid in Dallas. So
yes.
you have few words about it, any advice?
It's already there, sir. We have all seen that. It's already there, and we like when last time we all did at Atlanta, and everyone when we did Dhyana Mahachakram for Omega Pyramid, and it's already there. Like I always say, we visualize it. We don't say it's gonna coming. It's already there, and once it's already there, it's already there. So
Okay,
no
okay.
advice. You guys are masters. You give advice to us.
No, you are a great master.
But I have seen the videos when
So,
you have the Patisar, the vibrations. I think everyone who don't have seen the videos, the vibrations around that place is so high that because you put the video, so when you celebrate Patrisa, I was not able to there because I was traveling. It was amazing. You can tell, that space. It's not the normal space. When the pyramid's actually gonna be there, the whole US gonna change because US need that energies now. We need pyramid energies in US, and you are the pioneers for that first pyramid. So thank you so much for that.
Thank
great,
you.
great. Yeah,
Thank you
thank you.
so
Thank you so much, Harleen. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Vishnu.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sharma sir.
Hi, this is Aruna Sri. I remember meeting you. Do you remember me? This is Aruna. Actually, your aunt is my colleague at the bank.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so good to see you and so inspiring. Your wisdom is very nice. I mean, amazing. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your sharing your
Thank you so
wisdom
much.
journey. Yeah, I'm in India right now, but
Yeah, I was asking, I said I didn't see you in all the
right,
yes,
right,
when you
yeah.
understood. She said that you're in India now.
Yes, I'm in India right now with my parents, and yeah, miss everyone. But I'm so grateful to your aunt to introduce me this meditation, and really, really grateful to her. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. So it looks like we have answered all the questions. And first of all, thank you, Halinji, for such a wonderful, insightful, vulnerable, inspiring session. We loved listening to everything you shared. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was pleasure to be here.
Oh, thank you. And as we come to the conclusion, I would like to thank our partners, PMC English, IFSS, Shambhala, Omega Pyramid, Meditation Magic, Beam, Breath Universe. Thank you very much, everybody, and see you all next Sunday.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.